Welcome to the Newsome MMA Podcast, partnered with Heavy Duty Fight Management. I'm your host, Jon Prentice, and once again I have the pleasure of being joined by Birmingham's Jake Hadley. Now, I spoke to Jake a few weeks ago before he set out for South Africa and EFC 78, where he's taking on Nkazimulo Zulu in the co-main event, and since then, Jake has been there, conquered South Africa, and took the flyweight title. How you doing, Jake?
I'm feeling great, man. Feeling like the champ of the world, you get me?
I was just about to say, first question, champion. How does that sound to you, man?
Feels great, it's like, one of my dreams come true, being champion of a major promotion now. So, feels great.
I mean, how did you celebrate your win? Did you do anything special for it, or was it just back to business as usual once you got back home?
Literally did nothing to celebrate, apart from like eating food. That's about it. All the other fighters, the night I had my fight, all the other fighters went to the bloody strip club and everything, all these other geezers, but me, I just went back to the hotel with my dad and Ryan Hewitt, one of my training partners. We went back to the hotel and just ate McDonald's and went to bed.
I bet that's a good treat for you, though, having some unhealthy food after a training camp and weight cut and everything like that, man. I bet that felt good, didn't it?
Yeah, it felt needed.
Definitely. So we're a couple of weeks out from the fight now. I mean, have you had a chance to watch it back? And if so, what did you make of your performance? Were you pleased with how dominant you were in there?
Yeah. I've had rewatched the fight. I mean, I'm pleased that basically I won every round. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Quite convincingly. I think you could say the first two rounds was 10-8 rounds. Obviously I've watched it back. It's the first time I've really been in a hard fight, to be honest, where someone's actually hit me. Believe it or believe it not, I've had 12 or 13 MMA fights before this fight, if you combine my amateur career. And I've never been hit in any of them. Yeah. Flush, clean. So this is the first time really I've been hit or had to dig a bit deeper during fights and stuff. But when I've watched it back, I've noticed obviously a few things I could put right. Mistakes I did make, which I could put right. And also I noticed a few things about Zulu Boy, a bit more about him, you know what I mean? But that's it, it's all learning experience, and I'll definitely be better for my next fight.
I mean, like you just said, you had to dig deeper than you have previously, and he did catch you with what looked like a few clean shots. I mean, were you hurt at any point? Did any of those rock you, or was it just something more than you felt previously?
No, I was never rocked. I was never hurt or anything like that. It's just I've never actually been hit in a fight, believe it or not. So but I was never hurt, or he never hurt me or anything like that.
You're currently now 4-0. I mean, what kind of statement does it make for you beating a veteran like Zulu Boy? He's the long-standing EFC Flyweight Champion, and I mean, this was just your fourth professional fight. I mean, what statement does that make to the rest of the flyweights across the world?
Like, I think everyone was already a bit scared to fight me. I think they're going to be even more scared now after I flew over to the other side of the world, beat the most dominant champion outside the UFC. He's one of the most feared guys because he knocks all his opponents out cold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a long-time defending champ and former bantamweight champ. Realistically, I don't think I'm long off now the UFC or ONE FC or anything like that. I don't think I'm far away from that now. It would be a tragedy if I'm not in there within my next two fights, really.
Yeah, I mean, for you, does this come as a shock for you being in this position this early on in your career? I mean, like I just mentioned, you're only 4-0, yet you're the champion of a major promotion. Has this all come around a lot quicker than you thought it would? Did you think you'd be at this point maybe 3 or 4 fights down the line, or have you always had that faith in your ability and thought that you're one of the best from the minute you turn pro?
No, I'm not shocked that I'm in this position already. I just knew I needed just a shot against a guy like this. You know what I mean? All I needed was the shot. And then once I get in the cage, I can prove I'm on this level. The thing before this fight is I couldn't get fights. No one would fight me, so I couldn't prove my level. I couldn't prove my skill level because I couldn't get in there with guys. You know what I mean? No one would fight me. All the top boys wouldn't fight me. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of the guys who were known names wouldn't fight me. But now, it's been shown. what my levels are. I've always known what level I'm at. But now I've been able to prove it to the world. Like,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, how was your experience over in South Africa? I mean, what were the fans like? 'Cause obviously you were going up against what their hometown favourites, one of the heroes over there. And I mean, did the people of South Africa give you a good reception and things like that, or what was it? Was a bit of a hostile atmosphere when you got there? And I mean, how was that experience for you?
I mean, the fans was great, to be honest. If we're gonna be completely honest with you, like before the fight, walking around the local town, I'd be getting stopped for photos. It was, everyone, basically, grannies knew about EFC in Africa. You know, a granny had be coming up to me, trying to talk to me about fighting, madness over there, I tell you. A lot of people would say to me, good luck in your fight, but I'm rooting for Zulu Boy, but she's all cool, because that's all right, support your own guy, I'm all about that.
Yeah.
And then after my fight, bloody hell, I couldn't walk anywhere, man. I was like, I couldn't walk the streets. Then after my fight, I'd be getting stopped every 2 seconds. I had all the hotel staff in my room all the while trying to take photos of me, and that, it was madness. Couldn't go anywhere.
I mean, that's great, really. That's the side of mixed martial arts that we like to see. Just obviously, there's that rivalry between you and the local guy, but the fact that that they're in there and showing their respect to you as a fighter, I mean, that's fantastic, and you can't ask for much more, really.
Yeah, it's great, man. It's great.
I mean, what's next for you now? Because obviously, in the post-fight press conference, Zulu Boy was speaking about a rematch. But obviously, like you said, it was a dominant display from yourself. Have you got plans to rematch him? Are you contracted to fight in EFC next and defend the belt? I mean, what plans for you have you got going forward, or have you not thought that far ahead yet?
Well, because you mentioned Zulu Boy, I'm gonna speak about Zulu Boy. To be honest, Zulu Boy's talking like he wants a rematch and all this, but he got dominated over 5 rounds. You know what I'm trying to say? He lost near enough every round. I believe he lost every round. I feel like I need a fight in between. Zulu needs a fight in between. He needs to build himself back up the rankings now. He needs to build himself back up the rankings and have a few fights in between. This is what I believe. He needs to have a few fights in between and build himself back up the rankings.
I mean, if you got any names in mind then for who you want to go up against next? I mean, I've seen a couple of guys on social media and things calling your name. Now you've got that belt. I think Coner Hignett was one, and there's a few other guys I've seen their names mentioned that want to fight you.
Okay, like now you just mentioned it, so I'm gonna bring it up. No offense to Coner Hignett, yeah, but he's a journeyman level fighter. He's in the fact that he's lost his last 2 fights in a row. He lost his last fight. He got stopped in the first round by Sam Creasy. His one before that, he got dominated over 3 rounds by arguably the number 1 contender for my belt, BK. So like, he hasn't got even a legit win on his record. I think he's 6-4. 4 of them wins are against journeymen, like Wes O'Neill and people like that. So, yeah, even in the conversation, like, obviously, he wants to mention me because he wants to be known as a guy who's fought for a world title. That's it. He knows that he's going to get banged. He just wants to be known as a guy who's fought for a world title. So when he goes to the pub on the weekend, he can say, yo, Bill, I fought for a world title, or I did whilst he's drinking his beer and that. But, like, I need to be fighting world-level opposition now. I'm a world champion. I can't go from fighting Ankazamulu Zulu, 11 wins, 2 losses. 9 of them are finishes, 7 of them are knockouts. 5-time defending world champ, former bantamweight world champ, to go fight Coner Hignett, can I? That's a joke, innit? Come on. Like, I can't go and do that realistically. It'd look bad on me. Like, my whole championship status of being world champion and being all this would be a joke. I'd be a laughing stock. You know what I mean? I couldn't no longer walk the streets with my belt, could I? I'd have to throw it in the trash because it's meaningless. If I fight a guy like him, you know what I mean? He's got to get a couple of wins together. What I think, because he's got a fight coming up against Luke Shanks. I don't actually believe he's going to win that fight. Yeah. But if he did, if he wants the shot, I think he should go up against Zulu Boy. And why I think that's a good fight as well is because Zulu Boy versus him, It'll be a good fight for Zulu because Zulu will knock him out in spectacular fashion, and then it'll build up the rematch. Because if me and Zulu Boy do a rematch straight away, he ain't got time to grow as an athlete. This is the problem. If you want me and if the EFC and everyone else want me and Zulu to fight again, he's going to be fighting me on the date I want the next fight, and that's September. Yeah?
Yeah.
Because I'm the champion now, so he ain't got the say. I've got the say when the next fight is. So he'll be fighting me September. He ain't got time to grow as an athlete within this time frame. You know what I mean? So it's going to be like a replay of the first fight. It's going to be exactly the same. It's going to be a replay because he ain't got no time to grow any skills. So that's why I say let's have a fight in between. Yeah. Build up the second fight even more. Let him smoke Coner Hignett because that's a good fight for him or something like that. And then build up the fight. I can't fight guys like Hignett. You know what I mean? Because it'll put my status down as a world champion. I need to be fighting world level opposition. Like, you need to be mentioning my name next to Jose Shorty Torres or the Sam Creases of the world, the Nathan Graysons of the world, Blaine O'Driscoll, all these top guys outside of the UFC. This is the names you need to be putting. The people need to be putting my name across with, not Coner Hignett. You know what I mean? Like, I'll keep hearing this shit about Coner Hignett. You know, it's madness. I don't know how he's like talked to the point where like people are considering his name. Like, it's a madness. But anyway.
I mean, any name that you want to throw out there? Is there any guys that you look at and think I'd like to share the cage with that guy? That Torres fight, like you said, that would be one hell of a fight. I mean, I think a lot of people want to see that.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to fight Jose Shorty Torres or Amir Albazi, who just lost to him, or someone like that. But if you're talking like EFC contenders, I think he is the next rightful guy in line. He's BK. He's 5-0. He beat all the top guys in the EFC. I think he's been scheduled to fight Zulu Boy a few times. I think he's the next guy in line. But I have heard that he's signed with another promotion or something like that. I don't know if it's true. But if that's the case, I think the next guy is Marino Scorpion. He's on a 3-fight win streak in the division. He's quite a big name over in Africa. He comes from Team CIT, which I don't like Team CIT. I don't like Drukas. I think he's an idiot. I don't like Opperman, who also trains out of that gym. I think they're all juice heads. And so I want to smash him. I want to smash his boy because they're all on juice. So I want to smash the juice out of him. But, you know, I've also been called out by one of their top guys as well, Gary Joshua. I don't mind going over to Cape Town, his hometown, and smashing him up. Getting a bit of money and smashing him up, you know what I mean? I don't mind doing that. Them and the next rightful contenders in my division, I believe, are Marino or Gary Joshua or BK. Yeah, them are the guys who I believe are the next rightful contenders. If it's outside of EFC, yeah, let's start mentioning Shorty Torres or Grayson or someone of that caliber, you know what I mean? Let's not mention fucking a guy who's on a 2-fight losing streak. His last win was Wes O'Neill, you know what I mean? Let's mention the top boys next to my name. You know what I mean? The guys who are undefeated records like 6-0, fucking something like that, you know what I mean? Let's mention them because these are the guys I want to be fighting with. Hignett, Gittins, and all them idiots had their shot when I was trying to call them out before I was the champion. They don't even mention my name. We're not even on the same caliber. You know what I mean? I'm up here. You're down below. I'm a world champion. I just took out one of the top flyweights outside the UFC. You know what I mean? I don't want none of these boys shouting my name because it's a joke. It's a laughing stock. I can't be fighting with you guys. I need to be fighting the cream of the crop, the top boys, and that's who I want. And if they're shook, then what can I do about it? I'll have to fucking sit on the sidelines or go bantam or something like that. You know what I mean? If them lot are shook, I don't know what to say.
I mean, any of those fights that you just mentioned will be fantastic scraps, and I'm sure that there'll be someone that'll be willing to step up and face you, Jake. Just before I let you go, once again, thank you for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you to you, man. It's you always having me on, and that it's great, man. I really appreciate it. You're doing some good stuff lately. I've been seeing and that, mate. So
no problem at all. Thank you very much, my friend. I mean, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to now? Any of your sponsors, family, friends, things like that? Now's your time, man.
Yeah, man. My management, Golden Ticket Fight Management, who's been helping me out with getting my sponsors. I got my long-time sponsors, Casino 36, Elephant Mobile, UK Risk Limited, Green Hill, Dash Tech Services, Be Your Best Fitness, Evo Fightwear. The list goes on and on. I'm sponsored by quite a few guys. Respect to everyone who helps me out. My team Fearless. Shout out to my training partners, my coaches, my family. That's it, man. The world champion. King of the world, king of the flyweights. Whoever wants it can get it. Only big names start calling me out now, yeah. So, you know what? Funny thing is, the only person who's called me out is Hignett. I'm a champion of the world, yeah, and I'm calling people out on Instagram. I'm trying to cause fights on Instagram, yeah, and people won't even answer me back. I'm like, mate, I don't even. I'm just bullying you, so I wouldn't even fight you. I'm just bullying you for the sake of it because you're a bum. Half of these geezers, they don't even want to, mate. No one wants no work with me. If you want some work with me, start calling me out, yeah, and I swear you can get the work. Any of you boys can get it. I'm ready for whoever. Only top guys, no fucking guys on losing streaks and shit. I want the biggest boy. Mate, you name a name and you tell them. You tell me a name you want me to get in there with.
I like that Torres fight, man. I mean,
yeah, man.
As you mentioned his name, that'd be one hell of a fight. I like that fight.
Exactly. Yeah, man.
Excellent. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it. Someone, top contender, someone step up and face Jake Hadley. We need to see that. Maybe Shorty Torres, if you're listening to this, I'm not sure if he will, but if he does, Shorty Torres, get in there, man. We want to see that fight.
Nice one, man. Nice one.
Thank you very much, Jake. I mean, enjoy your time as champion, and we look forward to seeing you back in action in September, if that's when it is.
Yeah, man. Thank you, bro.
Take it easy, my friend.
Nice one.
Thank you. Bye-bye.